How are we going, everybody? Today we're talking about tying up your plants. Standard roses, fruit trees, weeping cherry trees and tall plants as well. In the past we've used jolly tie like this. Well, that's an old one, that's a new one. We've also used electrical tape, and a lot of you know about this stuff here and how good it works for the short term. But we've also got the one wrap garden tie. I've got a 12 mil here, and we've got the new 50 mil garden tie for trees. So we're going to road test these as well. But before we do that, let's check out the existing version of electrical tape and jolly ties. Come along. All right, I was about to demonstrate how easy it is to take this off, but it was actually easier than I anticipated. Look at that, it just breaks off. Now, why I did that is to show you that on a hot day or a windy day, this will dry out. So after a year or two, the jolly tie becomes very brittle, very weak in fact. And that's what will happen to your standard rose. Now, this is wedged in because we've got a little light there intact with it, and it's on a star picket. So this is what happens to jolly tie. Look at that. Just frays away, breaks away. So if you've got a large tree out in the orchard like I have, this is the last thing that you want to happen to your plants. Now, I've got jolly ties on all those trees, and I'm going to convert them all over to the Velcro one wrap garden tie. And this one over here is electrical tape. Have a look at this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wraps around it, and over time it starts to come off. Now, it won't break off easily, but I've wrapped this around about 4 or 5 times, and it looks ugly. It really does. So what we're going to do is demonstrate the efficiency. Let's see how efficient it is. I'll take this off. Let's go over here to these kumquat trees. We watered these ones yesterday with our liquid fertilizers. Also, check this out. We can't forget about this stuff here. These are the twisties, the ones with the metal inside and the plastic coating. That's what you get your labels on. But what happens with these, if you leave them on for too long, and again with the jolly tie, if it doesn't break away or fray away from the excessive heat, this, if you leave it on for too long, and I mean like a year or two, as the trunk starts to thicken up, it'll start to grow around that, and it'll almost ring bark it and choke the trunk from above. So that means the plant can actually die. So they're a no-go. That's a short-term fix. Your jolly ties, well, for this to be effective, you've got to wrap it around 4 or 5 times like that. And that's okay if you like doing that, and tie it really tight. So that's the option you have with a jolly tie, and then tie it up. You've got all this loose end you've got to cut off and waste that, or you can be pretty pedantic about it and get it really perfect. Let's see if I can get that off. And we're going to try the tape. And we all know that tape is okay, but what I do with the tape, if you're going to go with the tape, folks, you need to wrap it around the trunk at least once or twice, like that. Then go to the actual stem. In this case here, we've got bamboo. And see, I've gone 1, 2, 3 or 4 times. One time only, ain't going to do much. That end bit there, over time will start to peel off, and if it's only been wrapped around once or twice, it'll come away. So that's okay. That'll last a good year, I reckon. Well, let's try this. Now, this is apparently made from 60% or something, 65% recycled plastic. So we can just cut a piece off like that. Whoop. My apologies. And I'll probably go in a bit like that and once around. And that's done. I think it's done, yeah. It sticks on there. It's not coming off. That's not going to come off. That's not going to come off. So it's holding. I suppose you can do it tighter too if you like. Let's see how tight we can go with this. I'll go this way. 1 second. One wrap. Nice and good there, folks. So there you go. The one wrap does work for big plants, and I suppose this one here would be good for your roses because we've got a 12 mil. We'll cut a bit off that as well. Put that on there like that and wrap it around. That's easy. That is easy. So you have a choice. Electrical tape, 50 mil for big plants like trees, if you have like standard roses or big standard roses that are top heavy, and you've got the 12 mil as well. And the jolly tie, but the jolly tie, honestly, they're good for your tomato plants. That's all I use them for. So check it all out at vasilisgarden.com. It's out now, 50 mil by 15 metre roll, just like this here. And start tying up your plants, your trees, roses, bushes, whatever you like. From me, Vasili, Maresi. That's vasilisgarden.com.